Shema Yasharallah Ahaya Alahaya Ahaya
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. All glory, praise, and thanks to Ahaya Bahashim Yeshua. While we walk the Dash, we pray. Amen. Y'all turn to Exodus 20. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I hide thy power and my jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Ahaya thy power in vain. For Ahaya will not hold them guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. 6 days, but the seventh, Salakia. But the seventh day is the Sabbath. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt do any work, thou nor thy son, thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Ahaya made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the high thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise and the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Ahiah speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Ahiah is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where Ahiah was. And the Most High said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall make unto you gods of gold. And an altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Call our 7 readers, please. We're going to Numbers 16 and 1. Numbers 16 and 1.
Mic check. Mic check. Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. And Brother Arak Deyag Yasharala from the tribe of Judah, nation of Israel. We're reading the book of Numbers, starting at chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the son of Eli, and On, the son of Peluth, son of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. Verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Most High is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Most High. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Most High will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him who he hath chosen he will cause to come near unto him. Verse 6. This do, take your censers, Korah, all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Most High tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Most High doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
Shabbat Shalom, family, and Brother Abadia. Shabbat Shalom. Starting with verse 8. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the Most High of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren the sons of Levi with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Most High. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. Name is Silas, tribe of Judah, house of Israel. Starting at verse 15. And Moses was very, very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow. And take every man his censer, and put incense in them. And bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron each of you his censers. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom.
Brother Azar, tribe of Judah, house of Yasharallah. This is Numbers chapter 16, verse 22. And they fell upon their faces and said, the power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram, on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out, and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm Brother George from the tribe of Judah. Numbers 16, verse 29. And if these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all the appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of all speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods, that they and all that apprehend to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, let the earth swallow us up also. And these came out of a fire from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Adlai, Tribe of Judah, House of Israel. I'm starting Numbers 16:36. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hollowed. The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar. For they offered them before the Most High, therefore they are hollowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censer, wherewith that they were burnt and offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer the incense before the Most High, that he be not as Korah and as his company, as the Most High said to him by the hand of Moses. But on the morrow all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Most High. And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Most High appeared.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Brother Kiyah, a son of Judah, house of Israel. This is number 16, verse 43. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer, and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Most High. The plague is begun. And Aaron took, as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense, and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah.
Verse 50. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. We're about to set up for the choir.
Yep. Loud.
Okay, so, yeah, we're gonna go with that too. All right, so, I'm gonna get started on this lesson. And, I'll put it out there so that people understand. If I'm not giving you a hug today, it's because I got a little something. All right, so I'm just dapping today. And I thought I'd share the story before getting into this thing. So, of course, you know how it is. Sometimes you get that coupon in the mail, right? So I've been resisting this one coupon forever at this little fast food place. It's like a Hawaiian joint or whatever. It just caught me on the wrong day. I said, let me go get this. All right? Now, mind you, I don't even eat fast food like that. Like I usually cook my food. You know, that's what I would also recommend, by the way, for those that are trying to save money right now. Start cooking it. All right? So the one time I decided, okay, I'm gonna have a little fun, see what I can do here. Is I ended up getting instantly almost sick. It seemed like it didn't even take a whole 24 hours here. Right? So the whole thing is that as we draw closer, we just have to make wiser decisions. You know, sometimes you're gonna get caught up, but you know, you have to make wiser decisions because ultimately they can all long term affect you. You know, these are just small things, but they should be lessons for the bigger, issues we have. All right? Because you already know that, oh man, I don't know if I want to do this. And you'll still end up doing it. So that day wasn't no food going on, you know what I'm saying, during the day or whatever. I was like, let me try this. All right. It's been a couple months. I've been, like, literally, check it out. The coupon I had expired. So I literally had this thing in my car just sitting there. I'm not going to get it. Eventually throw it away. And here comes some new ones for the holiday. So that's why I'm pretty jacked up today. My voice was fine before I got in here. I don't know what happened, man. You know, I probably was talking too much or something. But anyway, I wanted to go first into this, what we read earlier, this reading we had, and to some key points here, because it actually leads into what I wanted to get into, which is connected to the lesson as well. The points I wanted to pull out from Numbers, the 16th chapter, right? For one, it said there rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel 250 princes of the assembly. So these famous in the congregation, men of renown. So these were well-known people, money, well-spoken, as Korah tried to explain when he was trying to win the favor of people. You can get that in Josephus to get the full spectrum of what the foolishness he was saying. What it says in verse 3. And they gathered themselves against Moses. Now, mind you, these are just the leaders here that came, about 250 princes here. You take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy. So immediately they appealed to the foolishness of our people. And you say, what do I mean? I can give you an example. This has happened before, years and years ago. I remember someone trying to gain the favor of the people by saying, we're all elders. We're all elders. So what's the point of the title? If everybody's an elder, what's the point? So that was just on that level. No, the Most High chooses who He chooses, and we've got to just, operate in our lane. That's just what it is. But you had Him actually appealing to the silliness of our people. He said, seeing all the congregation are holy. First of all, when did Moses say the congregation wasn't holy? Right? But now you're going to get them charged up there. Yeah, you're right. We're holy too. It is, mind you. Most High didn't use none of them to deliver His people from Egypt. Not one of them. All right. He sent Moses and Aaron in to see the Pharaoh, not them. All right. And it says, I'm going to go to a certain point here too. So it's a thing right here where it says, let's start from 16 and 9. Right? Read that, please.
Chapter 16, verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the Most High of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to Himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them.
Right, so He was speaking to Levi in this case, at this point, saying, look, is it not enough that the Most High already chose y'all to do, the priesthood and different things, the administrations of the temple, right?
And He hath brought thee near to Him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also.
Right, so you already been given all this stuff that the other tribes don't even have, mind you. But yet, you seek the spot that the Most High already gave to someone, right? Read.
Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him?
Right, because Aaron was functioning as a high priest and all that good stuff, but he still was a man, just doing what the Most High said to do. Why are you so bent out of shape because of what office the Most High gave him? Okay, it wasn't about him being better than you or anything else. It was just who he chose. He has his reason, right? See, that's the thing we have to realize. The Most High knows the in and outs of how this finishes, and who's going to actually stand and go the distance. You understand? So it was funny that they were bringing this forth here to sway the people. So I want to go to another point here to show you something ridiculous here. All right. So he's getting worked up, right? And let's see. Let's go down to 16 and 26.
Verse 26. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
Right, he said, get back, because they're about to get dealt with. Read.
So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram, on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works.
Right, so here's the time. Look, you're going to know in the end who the Most High sent you. Right? Read.
For I have not done them of mine own mind.
Right. Read on.
If these men die, the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High.
Right, so they went to hell the hard way. All right? They went to hell the hard way. Imagine you falling, your head hitting bricks and everything, you die, and now you got angels beating you all the way the rest of the way. They went to hell the hard way. You say, okay, well look, if the Most High is not with me, we're going to see. All right? Down to this part. This is the part that I kind of giggled on here. Right? Check this out. After seeing all that, this is what our people did. Read 41 through 42.
41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord.
Right. Yes. After all that, they blame Moses. Ye have killed the people of the Most High. As if the Most High had nothing to do with this, right? You know why they did that, right? Really, though. They were mad, but they knew not to test the Most High. We're going to blame him. It was still stupid. It was ridiculous. But the point is, that's what they were doing. Now all of a sudden their heart's gone. But they still want to show some kind of I ain't afraid of nobody thing, you know. You know how it goes. All right? So let's see what happens in the end, though. Because, mind you, this is a common thing that went amongst our people. Whenever someone stood up to do what the Most High doesn't do, regardless of whether they wanted to do it or not, they knew they had to do it, okay? There was this kind of issue. How was this thing resolved? Let's read 50.
Verse 50. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was.
Came in because the same disrespecting was the same person that got healed of their plague. If it had not been for their prayers, they wouldn't have made it. There was several times Moses ran in the middle of a plague one time and dropped and prayed to stop the thing. Thousands of us were dying.